Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, we're still in the midst of our Chevy Silverado Tech Tip of the Week. Now, I already showed you the rod-reel combo and gave you a quick rundown on this setup, so let's talk about what it actually all is, okay? First things first, yeah, I've got it on that 3,500 size reel, but I do have, on this reel, I've got 30-pound P-line. That's a TCB Braid 8, okay? It's 30-pound. What I've learned about this, and I've had a chance to play with this line for quite a while now, it's difficult to say if it's my favorite at this point because we've all had a chance to, and we're all very dedicated to our own types of braided line that we like. This stuff's pretty amazing. It just doesn't fade. Okay, that's one thing. It casts great and it always stays round. Even when I get twist in it from biting fish, you really can't even see the twist in it. Anyway, the only thing that I would change is I would probably go to the 40-pound because the 30-pound is super, super thin. And I like to have a little bit more diameter in my line. So that might be something I talk with Don about. But in the end, that's what we've got set up there. Leader is the CFX in a 10 or 12-pound. This particular one that I have tied up here, this is actually 8-pound, all right? Now, I did that or set it up that way because I was expecting to use this setup in low clear water conditions, which I really honestly believe that's going to work in all the conditions. So, well, again, it's just going to have to be something that I play with. But then, of course, you can see how this is a relatively short leader at roughly 21, 22 inches. Again, split shot right at the swivel. And in a perfect world, the only time you're going to have to change anything is going to be from the swivel down. Right now, that's probably a big statement to say, but it's pretty darn accurate. Then, of course, you go up a little ways, halfway up this bumper, again, which is 15-pound CXX. I mean, basically bulletproof. I mean, this line is ridiculously strong. To the biggest split shot that I had, which I think is about the standard, a little bit larger than medium size. Your half-ounce inline sinker, inline bobber sinker, that is. Then, of course, a corky over the top of that, your bead, and then your bobber stop. So, really, it's a lot. I'm just going to be honest. There's a lot going on there. But again, if you break it down into segments and you only fish it below or are concerned with everything below that swivel, it's pretty simple. I think where you're going to want to start playing with things is in that rod and reel combo. Again, the Silver Widow 11.4, it's about as high end as it gets. It's an extremely nice rod. I literally could feel the small split shot running along the bottom through the bobber. There's not a lot of rods that can do that. I will say that my Black Widow rods will probably do that, but this setup is amazing. And at 11.4, it also gives you that versatility where you can pick a lot of lineup, heavy water, light water, or low water, whatever it might be, and also change what you can do with this rod. I think it would be one of the best bobber and jig, I don't know if I'd call it a great bobber dog and rod because it is a long rod. It all depends on how you do it. The way that I've shown our setup, my setup here with just a float, lead, and a swivel probably would be absolute money. It's a phenomenal setup. And then, of course, pick whatever reel that you're most comfortable with. But this little setup here, and I think when we talk with Big Dave here in just a little bit and Nick Popoff, this is where I first saw it a handful of years ago with Dave, this particular setup. We'll talk to him about that as well. So there you go. My setup that I'm going to inject into my arsenal this year. Just kind of feel how it goes throughout the season. When we come back from this break, I'm going to have Big Dave and Nick Popoff from the coast. There they are. Hey, you guys are good looking. You guys caught anything yet?
How's it going?
Only made a couple casts.
We made a few, but we had a late start today.
Well, we're going to see you guys when we come back from this break in just a couple minutes. Everyone stick with us. We got Nick and Dave in just a couple of minutes.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Yakima Bait, steeped in tradition, innovation, and fishing success. And by Procure Bait Sense, ruthlessly effective.